got a question for the fellas, because I'm trying to understand the dynamic now and how all this got misconstrued. Why is it that men nowadays, when it comes to dating, they don't believe in pursuing a woman, aka chasing a woman? What is the big issue with a man pursuing a woman? I don't just mean you making the first move. I mean like you actively pursuing this woman, calling her, texting her, planning dates. Why is it now we're in this day and age where men are like, oh, you could call me, oh, I was waiting on you to call me, I was waiting on you to text me, I was waiting on you to make the first move? For what? Criticize me all y'all want, but I am an old-fashioned girly. I was raised by my grandmothers. I believe in the old school ways and how things are supposed to go. If you that type of man where you think you are the prize, honestly, this video ain't for you, because I believe that women are the prize.
Men do pursue, they just don't chase. And she's not making the distinction between the two. See, why would a man chase something? Because when you're chasing something, something is running away from you or avoiding contact with you. Pursuing, the person on the other side is actually doing the same thing at the same time. And she's lying. She's not old-fashioned, because if she was old-fashioned, she would literally be taken off the market early and do whatever she has to do to make it work. You understand? She's not. She wants old-fashioned treatment. She is not old-fashioned. When you listen to language, it sounds good, but it's more than just talking. It's about your actions, and her actions are showing that, you know, she's not being kept. She's not a kept woman. So are you old-fashioned or are you not? Let's get the next one.
So I made a TikTok a few days ago talking about how in the dating scene, men don't really initiate anymore. And then for some reason, the algorithm hit like the lonely male demographic, and I'm getting flooded with messages in my inbox about like wanting to date me, and that's not what I meant. I meant it for the girls so that we can talk about it. So please stop. Thank you so much.
This is funny because men are initiating. She doesn't want them to initiate. But you're complaining about men not initiating on the internet. All for attention. This is why men don't chase and men don't beg and do all of this stuff and try to tap dance and do all of this stuff to show a woman that they're the best option ever. Because at the end of the day, right, when you do this, a woman looks at you and says, well, why would I want him? Why would I want him? He wants me so bad. Why would I want him? I always try to tell you guys to get you to understand, because you think with your feelings. When you think like a woman, your head is going to hurt. You should think like a man. Think like a man, right? Women say they want these things, but they don't want them because men do a lot of these things. You think about it. There will be a guy at your job that's heavily pursuing a woman or heavily chasing after her, making her the best thing ever, giving her money for things to buy in the cafeteria, all of this stuff. She don't want him like that. Offering to pick her up, drop her off from work. She doesn't have a car. She don't want him like that. A woman will go on 5 dates with you. She never really liked you like that. Women go on dates with men that they don't really like that. And in order for a man to keep offering these dates and ignoring the signs that she doesn't want him, he has to be chasing her. So when they're thinking like, why don't men initiate? It's because men are not chasing. Men do pursue and they do initiate. They do. But what she's displaying in this clip is you want the attention. You don't want to follow through. You don't want to put in the work. You don't want to pursue. You don't want to be pursued, because when he's pursuing you, you're pursuing him if you're taking it seriously. No. Let's get the next one.
For all the men out there who are like, oh, women don't want to chase us anymore because they're all boss babe in their way through life and they're financially independent. Most of us are broke as fuck. Most women like myself are struggling financially in this economy. Half of my wage goes towards rent. And despite this, many women still don't want to find a man. Not because they're thriving. I'm certainly not thriving. I'm fucking flirting with financial ruin. But would rather be broke and alone than with you going 50-50, putting up with your bullshit and giving us the bare minimum. We are over it.
This is another reason why men don't have to beg. Men don't have to chase. What are you chasing to keep into your life? They have the ability to make two broke people when there only needed to be one. And they actually fight to struggle. They actually have the option to make money and either be successful or struggle, right? So what is the point? What is a man chasing? What is a man begging for, lusting for? What to have a woman come into your life? What is it all for? What? What if you're doing good for yourself as a man? See, when I'm saying things in videos like a guy who makes 60, 70, 80, 90,000, $100,000, he's good. This is without a woman. This has freed men. You can struggle alone, you can become successful alone, but men don't have to chase, because before, when a man used to beg and get on one knee and do all of this song and dance, he wanted to take care of you. Now you don't need for men to take care of you. You don't. And I find it funny because, you know, women are saying we can do this by ourselves or whatever. Yes, behind the scenes, a lot of them are struggling. But men don't have to beg, because 9 times out of 10, a man is good. A man is good by himself. And you're not. So who really needs who? Let's get the next one.
Humbling moment for me right now. I had some car trouble this morning, apparently. I'm on the side of the road. Instead of thinking about how much money this is gonna cost, instead of thinking about what repairs I need, what's going through my mind right now is the fact that I don't have no man to call in a time like this. I don't have no man that can sit here on the phone and wait while I'm waiting for this tow truck. I don't have a man to come meet me so that I don't get snatched up by this tow truck driver. I don't have a man to call to sit on the phone with me while I'm getting the tow truck. I don't have a man to meet me at the mechanic. I think it's time for us to accept we need men.
Told you, a man's presence is worth more than most men even realize. A man's presence, yeah, provider talk and all of that, that's one separate thing. But on the other side, a man's protection and his confidence and his competence as well. A man has to be confident enough to fix problems. A man has to be competent enough to fix problems. A man protecting a woman, that takes a dude with a level of confidence that's not afraid to stand up for himself, afraid to stand up for his woman, his family at all times. Do you know how much value is in there? You know how much value is in there? And they don't get that because they don't want to cooperate. All because they don't want to cooperate. They want to be out here uncovered. This is what comes with it. So is there really a male loneliness epidemic? We can protect ourselves. We can provide for ourselves. That's what I was getting at before. This is the type of stuff that they miss out on when they're not covered by a man. Trust and believe they feel it. Let's get the next one.
The general stinginess happening in the discourse about romantic relationships in my comment section is making me fucking sick. Everything should be 50-50 because it's an equal partnership. Just say you don't understand the value of feminine energy and move on. This is why women hate a lot of straight men, why we detest them, because they don't understand a woman's value and it shows. If you've ever even fixed your mouth to ask the question, what do you bring to the table? You've already lost, because what you're saying is, I don't understand women. Can you explain them to me? No, I fucking can't. Okay? But since we are so obsessed with making relationships transactional, I will say this. You could be paying for everything and it still would not even be a fraction of the value that she is providing. If you truly understood, you would be doing everything you can to support her. A good relationship is not two identical people with identical energies and identical everything coming together. It's about complementing each other. And do you understand that your suspicion that women are using you for your money, it's sick. You need hypnotherapy. You're having schizophrenic delusions. You need to be medicated.
You wanted something, you got it, and now you don't want it because you see somebody else that doesn't follow that rhetoric with something that you don't have. This is where that stems from. Women who don't think this way, women who want to follow a man's lead who is worth following at the end of the day, right? Not just whatever guy. They get everything that she's asking for. The man provides. She doesn't have to worry about anything. She's covered. This woman is bumping her gums and running her lips because she doesn't have this in her life. She doesn't have this in her life. You subscribe to all of this nonsense, right? But then when a man says, okay, we're equal and all of this stuff, we could both do the same stuff, you want to get mad rather than be like, no, we're not equal. I'm not subscribing to that. I don't believe in that. I'm inferior. You're superior. I want you to come in and be the superior and I will follow your lead. Instead of that, no, I'm going to still stick with this way that I think, but then shame you into submission. Men are past that. It's never going to work. It's never going to work.
Oh, the last two guys that slid into my DM that try to prove to me what great guys they are according to my dating stories, that they're not like everybody else. Yes, they fucking are, because literally for like 2 weeks, maybe even 3, they were calling, they were texting, they were like, I can't wait to see you. I can't wait to meet you. Oh my God, yes, let's do dinner Thursday night, right? I'm like, all right, cool, let's do dinner Thursday night. You guys, literally like the night before, I get a text saying, oh my God, can't wait to see you. See you tomorrow. Great. Rolls around Thursday, nothing. Like crickets. Not like, hey, sorry, I can't make it, or, whatever, something came up, or can we reschedule? Like nothing. And I never hear from them again. Like honestly. So 2 of them now. So I'm just wondering, like, why do you waste my time, waste your time for 2 freaking weeks? Like, you want to friend zone me or you don't want to see me? All good. Like, you slid into my DMs. Trust me, like, I don't really care. I'm not gonna lose sleep over this.
In this clip, one thing that she never mentioned, and women do actually do this when they like you, they'll even ask you, did I do anything wrong? But she never once said to herself, did I do anything? Did I do something to turn them off? Did I do anything wrong? No! I'm a princess. What the hell is wrong with these dudes? There must be something wrong with them. And I know ghosting, it sucks. But these guys actually did the right thing, because now they're not silently competing against each other. She's not getting free dinners and all. Nah, knock it off. Knock it off. She's an attention seeker. Posting that on her story, hoping that guys will bite. And it still ain't getting her nowhere.